Mm-hmm. Is this? Oh yeah, this works perfect. Great.
The flower. Oh, little crap. Oh, gradual.
And Ruben, will you make sure to let anybody else in that might be a straggler?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. That's awesome. Thanks. All right. Is everybody ready to get started?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Adriana McCain, and I can't find my remote. Where did I put that thing? Welcome to OK So Lake. Thank you very much for everybody being here. I hope you're all having a wonderful Friday. I know I am. And you know what? Let's just jump right to it, and let's get to what is in the news. Just give me 1 second, because I got to pull it up on my phone. This is a very professional production. Let's fucking roll. All right. Coca-Cola is discontinuing Tab, its first diet soda, after almost 60 years. I think I speak for everyone when I say, what is Tab?
Oh.
I've never seen it. A 12-year-old boy has discovered a fossil while hiking with his father in Alberta, Canada. Said his father, "It's always been Nathan's dream to discover a dinosaur bone." To which Nathan replied, "No, Dad, it's your dream." New research from Austria has suggested that cows prefer humans to talk to them face-to-face as opposed to hearing a human voice over a speaker. Horses would still rather you text first.
That's a horse text.
Maki, a 21-year-old ring-tailed lemur, was stolen from the San Francisco Zoo on Wednesday and found Thursday evening in Daly City. How bad is the San Francisco Zoo where you take the lemur to liberation in Daly City? You think he's gonna commute? Housing's probably cheaper. On Sunday, the Los Angeles Lakers won their Super Bowl. No, Stanley Cup.
Yay.
World Series. Wait, just 1 second. Yeah? Okay, I'm being told that it's just called the NBA Finals. Got it. Congratulations to them. My roommate called me an idiot from the other room. That's fair. Hawaii is now letting tourists come to the islands, provided that they have a COVID test that comes back negative. Top-notch plan. Nobody's ever lied to the Hawaiian government before.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's an annexation joke for all of you. It's okay. Not all of us took world history or U.S. history, both. It's fine. Thank you all very much for being here. We've got a wonderful show for you tonight. Ruben, pray tell, who is on the lineup this evening?
Tonight we have Maddy Boyer, Justin Careesi, and your headliner, Mean Dave.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a really great show. Thank you again for tuning in. Ruben, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What's up?
I am noticing your outfit looks both more formal and disheveled than usual.
Look, I've been taking a lot of supplements, and I've been thinking about things. Okay?
What kind of things?
First of all, lizards. That's all I'm gonna say. Lizards.
Just lizards.
Oh, ruined the illusion there. Second of all, was it real or was it fake? You tell me,
okay,
and I'll let you decide what I'm talking about.
Ruben. That's it from Ruben. Can I mute Ruben? I don't know, but we're going to go right on ahead to our first comedian of the night. Please, everybody, put your little hands together, and your big hands. Medium-sized hands are also welcome, but put them together for Justin Careesi.
Put more hands together than that. Make me feel good about being here. All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. First, I'm going to start by just cleansing the space after Ariana's set. We just all need to relax a little bit right now. It's 100 degrees in here. I especially need to relax. I can't figure out how to cool down my apartment. I have an ant problem going on right now that I might show you guys later. I'm trying to keep myself calm. We're all facing difficult times. I know that it's really hard to tell just from looking whether I want to kill you or me. And I don't know yet. I have not figured that out. You should know about me. I am at least as mad as it looks. And I know it's a lot, but if I dress normal, it's not less creepy. It's like imagine putting a sweatshirt on a crocodile. You can still kind of tell that it's not going well over there. So, I don't know. There's nothing I can do about this. I have a vibe. I'm just stuck with it. But it's working out for me because I feel good about myself when I get to express myself. So if you ever do see me walking around in like khakis and a baseball hat or something, get down. All right. I'm a pretty messed up guy. And I am trying to work on that. I'm trying to fix myself. But that's been really hard because I don't know what to do when you go to find yourself and you find out that you're just kind of a psycho. Have you ever heard of Marie Kondo? I know she's this home life guru, and her advice is if you want to live a life that sparks joy, you have to get rid of all your stuff unless you need it or you love it. And I did that, and now I own a lot of swords. And I mean, I don't know if they're sparking joy. They're sparking something. I'm sparked a lot. Here's one right here. I give lessons in how to use them. Do you guys want a machete lesson?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You do? All right.
Yeah.
Because I figure the election's coming up pretty soon. I don't know if the rest of you are as terrified as I am, but I'm counting on people trying to burn my house down. So
You have a house?
I'm gonna show you, well, my apartment building. It's a house is a home, is a place to live. All right, basic machete strike. P, this is the mistake most people make is they rear back first. Don't do that. You're wasting time. What you want to do is punch forward and roll your wrist. All right, right across the neck. That's your basic machete strike. Punch forward, roll across the wrist. This is going to save your life in 2.5 weeks. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. What else do I want to talk to you guys about tonight? It's a weird night. Is anybody... I gotta click around on Zoom. Is there anybody I can crowd work? Where's gallery view? How's the audience doing tonight?
Yeah.
Katie, Pam, Hutch. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce your name. Thank you for being here. You have a mic? What does your shirt say?
Weekend mood.
It says what?
Weekend mood.
Weekend mood. Are you in a weekend mood? I don't believe you. That's a lie. How are you getting in a weekend mood right now? How is this possible?
I'm a teacher, so after a week of distance teaching, I'm kind of like, yes, weekend.
So anything is nice after just kids. If kids are that bad. Kids are so bad that just not being around them.
That bad.
What's one more time?
The internet is that bad.
The internet is that bad. All right. All right.
The internet just causes me problems.
I can't trash kids. You love them too much. How's everyone else doing? Austin Blaylock, you're kind of audience. You're not on this. I know you. Good to see you.
Hey.
Brian Ziegler is a furry. You should go back where you came from. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. I don't want to see that fucking wolf with glasses on. I don't want to know you. Get out of my face. How's everyone doing with dating right now? Is anybody pandemic dating?
Yeah.
I'm pandemic dating. I'm pandemic fucking. I'm not dating for real.
Yeah.
I'm trying people out right now. I'm not looking for anything serious. If you guys are out there trying anybody out, Have you noticed that it's getting really kinky out there? Have you? Is this something any of you have experienced? I see Katie sort of making that frown, one or two guys. Does anyone ever ask you for anything weird? Anyone want to volunteer a weird thing someone tried to do to you, with you, at you, on you? Okay, I will. I had a girl recently. We were having a BDSM hookup, whatever situation. She wanted me to tie her up, and she said no bathroom stuff, which means don't piss on me. And I was like, that should go without saying. And she's like, you'd think it would. So I guess that's what things are like out there. I've been meeting a lot of girls over the pandemic who want me to tie them down and beat them up on the first date. And that's really confusing because I know that's not a healthy way to get to know a new person. But on the other hand, I do love beating women. It's really kind of great if you think about it. Like, you get to be liberated. I get revenge. It's perfect. You guys don't like that bit. I'm trying this one out. This bit is like 7 minutes long and it just gets worse. I don't know. I'm just dating online. I don't know what to do with women anymore. Do you? I kind of just want to keep my distance most of the time. Do you ever get so drunk that people start to look better than they really should? You know that feeling? We call that beer goggles. I get beer binoculars. That's when I drink alone at home, and then I just go, all right, who's outside right now? I just like to drink and look. I don't want to meet you. I just want to imagine meeting you because I can make that go well. I know women don't like getting stared at by creepy guys from their second floor, but that's why I stay inside. No one ever checks the second floor. No one ever looks up. But I am up there and I do see you, and I want to thank you for having faith in leggings. They are pants. I agree with you.
Oh my God.
Some people get drunk and they stumble. I get drunk and I just oscillate. I watch you go from the pet shop to the bookstore, and someone else takes me back, and I just keep that up as long as I need to. What else have I got? I realize I come off a little murdery. Maybe some of you have picked up on that. And let's talk about it. Murder is just way too hard to get away with, so I'm not going to do it. You know how most people have like an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other? I have a devil and a lawyer. I'll go out and I'll get in a fight and I'll be like, what do I do? And the devil's like, kill him. And the lawyer's like, in the state of California, you are allowed to use lethal force if you are in imminent danger. And I'm like, oh yeah? What are you saying? I'm in imminent danger? Could you sign this form? Could you just check the box marked imminent danger? Murder is a lot of paperwork. That's all I'm saying. You can kill some animals. It's hard to kill people. You can kill some animals. You can work in like a slaughterhouse, but they tell you how to do it. You're not allowed to like freestyle it. That's no fun.
Oh my God.
I don't think you're allowed to go hunting with a machete. You can kill a horse really close up, but you kind of have to have a horse guy. The horse has to have an accident. He's got to get on the phone and be like, dude, get down here. This horse's career is over.
God.
You can't even just crush a bunch of frogs. Like, I don't think you go to jail for frogs, but you're going to lose friends. A lot of people don't know this. You can buy mice and drown them at home if you have a snake, but nobody checks if you have a snake.
Oh my God.
But you know what nobody cares about? Bugs. There's no jail time for bugs. Nobody loves bugs. Nobody has a pet bug. And if you do, who cares what you think? You did not buy a scorpion to make friends. You can just kill all the bugs you want. You can start a business that does nothing but kill bugs, and people are like, yay, the bug murderer's here. People are like, can you kill that bug for me? May I? Do you want the next one? How does this work? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't even feel bad. I bet it sucks to be a bug. It's like, you're welcome, you know? Because everyone wins in that situation. What else have I got to talk to you guys about tonight? I've been doing comedy for a little while. I'm kind of new at it. I used to write a lot of suicide jokes because, of course, I did. And they're not very popular. You know, they're not for everybody. They may not be for you. Here's one. Comedy doesn't pay very well, but that's all right. I have a retirement plan. That's what I call shotguns.
Oh my god.
Good. I'm glad you guys like that one. Not everyone did. This woman came up to me after a show once, the first time I told that at a show, and she was like, that joke was not funny. I have a friend who tried to kill himself with a shotgun, and he missed, and he blew his face off, and he had to live the rest of his life with no face. And I was like, wow, I would try again.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I think that's probably should be it for me. I don't know if that's my time, but that's kind of my closer.
Yay.
I think everybody's gonna get my time back to the room. Thank you, everybody.
Everybody, give it up one more time for Justin Careesi. Oh my gosh. Justin, I like to ask everybody, how are you right now?
Oh, not good. I'm struggling. I got my diet in order and I'm losing weight right now, but weight's been fluctuating. I have been having entire stretches of several days in a row where I can't do anything but click between Facebook, Twitter, just look at all the horrible things happening. You know, have you ever had a day where you can't get anything done?
Yeah,
I have 3 or 4 of those
Every
in a row.
day.
That's every day with me.
That's every day.
That's every day.
So I'm doing better, and I want to spread the good news. The key is vitamin D. You are not going outside. Take 5,000 IU of vitamin D a day. It's better. Trust me.
That's pretty good advice. I know that I'm definitely vitamin D deficient,
Yeah.
as I haven't gone outside in 20 years. So
That'll do it.
you gotta get that D. You gotta get that D.
I get it.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Good.
That's one thing that's going great for me right now. I actually have been hooking up with somebody, and it's going really well for once. The rest of everything that happened this year is like I met a girl, I really liked her, and she disappeared after one night, and I have something that's going right now. So,
Mhm.
yay.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Do you have any, I guess, dating advice for
Give up.
people? No.
Hope for nothing. Give up. Hope for nothing. Everybody is garbage on the inside. There are no good people left. Just read the Bible. We were talking about it earlier. Christ said that in the end times there will be no decent people. That everyone's going to cheat. Everyone's going to lie. Everyone's full of shit. Find someone you can fuck for a few months without killing them, and just thank God for that. And then, when it gets all exhausted, you want to raise a family, do it yourself. Don't get married. Give up. Everyone's awful. Everyone's awful, including you, the audience, and everyone listening, and your parents.
There are some people that are really feeling that advice. And honestly, that's really great. I think that there are so many, a lot of us, specifically women, get, the like, don't settle. And I like that you're
What?
like, don't settle, but also.
Oh, don't settle, yeah.
But
I have a
at the
whole
same-
bit I should have done about that.
Just not settling?
You should settle.
You
Adriana,
should?
can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
No, this is a legitimate question. Justin, you said there are no good people left.
Yeah.
Who do you believe was the last good person?
Jimmy Carter. He doesn't count because he's too old to fuck.
But isn't he still alive?
But he's too old to fuck. He's out of the dating pool.
I see. Okay.
I mean,
He's married.
He just had peanuts. He gave up his fucking peanut farm to be president. It's a good guy.
Spoilhead.
I have heard that Jimmy Carter was a bad president because he was a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about that a lot. I think
You
that
have to climb the statue of the demon to get closer to God. That's the age we live in.
Yeah, you kind of like inherently have to be a bit of a bastard in order to succeed, both in politics, but especially in the presidency. And that includes Barack Obama. I'm very sorry to say to everybody.
What? No, he was perfect.
How dare you question God, King Barack?
Yeah.
I feel like that's how like Republicans think that we think of like anybody that's like on the left kind of thinks of Barack Obama as just like he is our new god, and like a lot of lefties are like maybe in the sense that he like smote a lot of Afghani weddings, but Yeah. Anyway, what is your favorite dog breed, Justin? I need to know
I hate
this.
all dogs equally. I hate them all, and if they all disappeared tomorrow, I would not notice.
You hate all well, why do you
All
hate all
dogs.
dogs?
Because they're very rapey. They just don't know when to. I don't want to touch you. Get off me. That dogs don't have any sense of personal space. First of all, I don't like taking care of myself. I gotta scrape a lot of things off of me all the time, sweat and hair, and and now there's a dog that is just a child that never grows up, and it touches you all the time, and it gets spit on things. I can't even stand having my mouth full of my own spit. I hate spit. I hate bodily fluids. I don't want dogs spit on me. Dogs are ugh. If I have to have a pet, I'm going cat or ferret. I just
Cat
don't
or
do dog.
ferret?
Yeah.
Um, what is the worst bodily fluid in your opinion?
Well, I mean,
There's 3,
yeah. The so
4.
I guess a poo can be a fluid sometimes, and that's very bad. That would be number one.
Hmm.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Fluid poo, yeah, I think that's at the top of the list.
Hey,
Yeah.
wait, real quick, Austin, how's your food?
On yourself,
Yeah, yeah, I'm loving this. I'm
Cool.
looking at my dog eating my food. This is great.
Okay, go back to talking about poop, you guys. Just wanted to make sure.
Body fluids in general are just terrible and make me uncomfortable. I don't like being a living thing. I want to be a perfect cube of steel floating through space at absolute zero. I don't want urges.
God damn, I relate to that.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling like Elon Musk will make that possible at some point.
Good. I'm fucking waiting. I'm really tired of having flesh urges. They're gross.
Flesh urges.
Yeah, like I gotta eat, and then I get fat, and then I'm horny, and then I like someone, and they're always garbage. It's always bad people.
Yeah, maybe you have to, I don't know, associate with different flesh.
Maybe. I'm trying to associate with the Lord. Trying to just get good with God before the end times.
That I feel like is pretty wise. Did you ever grow up like super religious?
Mm. My family was moderately religious. They wanted me to go to Catholic school, and I said no, and they went, okay. My family was kind of weak. So I got raised in religion, and then I had a very long period of atheism where I rebelled against it and a spiritual awakening. And now I don't know if I would call myself Christian, but I have come to reappreciate a lot of parts of the Christian faith. For example, the sins and the commandments are generally pretty good guidelines. A lot of things that they say in the Bible are actually pretty good guidelines. You have to ignore the crazy stuff, but there's just so much wisdom in there that people throw in the garbage. So I'm rediscovering. I read about Sufism and Islam, Judaism, Christianity. I got into witchcraft and a religion called Thelema. I was in a cult for 2 years, a Thelemic group where you dress up in robes and go to a dark room and light candles and do rituals with people. I did that for 2 years. So
Wow.
I figured out a lot of God stuff, and I hope I'm doing it right because I don't know, there might be a hell. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I myself am not a very religious person. I was raised Catholic, but like California half-ass Catholic.
Yeah.
And I personally have never been a person that's been like just very spiritual in general. I find religion that I'm very like much the opposite. I'm interested in organized religion just like as a concept. Because it's like, well, okay, how did all of these rules come about, and like, what are they, and how do they affect people's lives? I think that's very interesting. But spirituality-wise, like, I don't know what happened. I think maybe it like leaked out of my nose one time when I like ran into a tree as a child. But like, that's like, it's never been anything that's for me. But I think that is so interesting that you went and you did your homework, you did your research. You're like, okay, let's take a look and see what's going on. And I mean,
Are we just gonna pass over the cult thing?
Yeah. Look, you can
Thank
just go and
you.
watch. Look, The Vow is on HBO Max. Everybody's probably seen it. I haven't because I already know about Nexium, and also that I heard it's really boring. But cults.
Read about Aleister Crowley.
Huh?
Read about Aleister Crowley and the religion of Thelema and the Golden Dawn. That's everything you need to know about the cult I was in.
There we go. Ruben, you have homework. Congratulations. That's what you get
I
for
don't know
speaking
how to
out of turn
read.
during my show. Oh, you don't know how to read? That sucks. You know what? That makes a lot of sense why you have me send you voice messages via carrier pigeon. I had to like read out the Zoom link for you to get on the show.
This fair.
Yeah, it was kind of cumbersome. So can you please just like get hooked on phonics or something? Justin, I believe we are running out of time, which is unfortunate because you're an interesting fellow. And I find it very interesting that you decided to settle on the general concept of Christianity because of, well, the everything about you. But I would love to ask you, we like to wrap up every segment with a would you rather question, because, you know, this is fun sleepover party vibes that I'm trying really hard to put out. So let's go ahead and hit this would you rather. Shouts out to my would you rather writer, Rebecca Barodi, who is in the other room. Yay! Cheers for Rebecca. She's better at writing would you rathers than I am.
Thank you for the question, Rebecca.
So, Justin, Careesi.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend a night in the Overlook Hotel with Jack Torrance or the high school gym during prom with Carrie?
It would help if I know who either of those people were.
Have you not seen The Shining or Carrie?
I've not seen Carrie. Jack Torrance is Jack Nicholson from The Shining?
Yes.
I could take him. So what happened in Carrie with Jim?
That's when she gets the pig's blood dropped on her, and she, like, goes fucking mental and, like...
So are there spirits and spookies?
It's
no,
more
it's
of
just
a telekinesis kind of thing.
Okay, if she has telekinesis, I'm going with The Shining because that guy didn't have any powers, and I know what I'm doing. I could handle that guy. I'd crush him.
100%.
I'll crush him, and then I'll kiss his wife on his dead body. He was hot in that movie.
Yeah, go Shelley Duvall. Everybody please give it up once more for Justin Careesi!
Okay, good round.
Guys, we are having a wonderful time, a great show, I would like to think, and we're going to just move on right ahead. Your next comic is a dear friend of mine. She's actually the person that drew this wonderful set that you see. I don't see because it's a green screen, but it's fantastic. So let's please, give a warm welcome to Maddy Boyer.
Woo!
Oh, hello. I didn't see it.
Oh my god!
I am in my kayak that the screen is too high to see because we bumped it. Oh.
Oh my god!
Am I really nervous about trying to make strangers laugh after 8 months of not? Yes. Did I spend too long making a background instead of working on my set? Yes. So let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go on an adventure. Oh. I had a comedian that I really respected make a Facebook status about me. I made a post saying that I wanted to change up some rules about an open mic, and she made a status saying, "Can you believe these open micers once they get their own thing? Can you imagine what kind of a cunt she's going to be when she headlines?" I was like, you really think I'm going to headline? Hey, you ever get hit on when you don't want to get hit on?
Yeah.
A guy followed me 2 blocks to my car. He stole my attention with, "Hey! Hey!" He told me he saw me at the comedy show I was just at. I was like, "Did you like it? Did you like my set?" And he was like, "I didn't see it." He then asked me if I thought he was sexy. I said, "Sure." He said, "Can I give you my number?" I said, "No, I'm depressed." And he said, "Well, I'm depressed too." And I said, "Don't make it a pissing contest." I had a boy over for a date, and I was switching laundry over real quick. He said, "Wow, big bras. You know what that means." And I said, "Yes, it soaks up a lot of sweat." Not what you expected. Like a person who collects machetes, reliving his cult years, judging a stranger for a furry image.
Not sorry.
Oh no! I think it's a shark attack! Oh, he doesn't know where the treat went. Shark mask is in his face.
Oh my god!
That was a close one. I'm turning into my mother, but I won't dye my hair blonde, and I won't deny racism. I grew up white. I don't get slang immediately. But when I was younger, I got into a hot tub with my boyfriend, and a boy in the hot tub said, "Wow, she's thick." And I immediately started crying. Into that one. I'm so lonely. I've been requesting password changes just to feel like what it's like to get a text message. Okay. I tried to kill myself the other day.
Oh my god!
But I survived. I outwitted myself again. I was like, I'm going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. And then I drove to the Golden Gate Bridge and they said, "Money, please." And I said, "Ew, no." I'm going to go home and kill myself where it's free. I got home. I unplugged the toaster. I ran a bath. I forgot about the toaster. I enjoyed my bath.
God.
But the nice thing about a manic episode, though, is that I'm a bit of a hoarder and it helps me clear out stuff. So, I wanted to throw away things so others didn't have to once I died.
Oh my god.
I just kind of ended up organizing everything. So it's just like, everybody hates me. I'm such a burden. Do I really need 8 makeup bags? Does this item give me joy? That was the one. Well, gang, it looks like a storm is rolling in. I'm so happy you joined me for this. Rain sounds! Oh! Thank you for coming on this adventure with me! That's all the jokes I have!
Oh my god!
That's it!
Oh my god, guys! Please give it up for Maddy Boyer. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude. When you told me that you were doing a sketch, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. It exceeded my expectations. I'm enthralled. And you're muted now, unfortunately. There
She
we
says, "I'm so cold," is what I was able to read there.
Oh,
How do I
Jesus Christ. King shit, Maddy. King shit right there.
Oh
How
my
are
God,
you
that was-
besides freezing?
Am I muted?
Not
No,
anymore.
you're good. You're good.
You're good
Okay.
now.
Hey, can I give a shout out to Elisa Lindquist to help me do all that?
Yeah!
Wait, there was someone else there?
Oh God, Ruben couldn't tell.
You can't read. Remember, be nice, Dave. Oh my gosh. How are you?
I'm doing really, really good. Yeah, that's about it. I'm thriving right now. I'm going through a glow up. I'm blessed and highly favored. For real though, I've had the last couple of years have been really hard, and a couple months ago everything kind of changed for me, and I was able to stay in California, and I get to live with my best friend, and I keep getting to do comedy. So I'm living my best life.
Dude, I love this for you. When the pandemic has taken so much away from so many of us, it's just given it all to you, and that's that is something beautiful and to be celebrated. That is fantastic. As I mentioned before, you are one of my dear friends, and so I think that as your friend and as the host of the show, congratulations on things going your way. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yay. Oh my gosh, like it stinks that we only have like 10 minutes to talk right now, because I could just, like we could just blabber about anything. But let's get started on one thing. What is the worst food crime that you've ever committed?
What haven't I done? When I was younger, I had a good friend. She told me, this was before we started dating and I really wanted to date. She said, Maddy, never go on a date with anyone where you have to eat. And I was like, why? And she was just like, it's just terrible. Watching you eat is just terrible. I used to have this really long hair and we'd go to the movies and popcorn would drop in it. And then afterwards I'd leave and they're like, Maddy, got popcorn in your hair. And I'd be like, ooh, yummy.
It's like a fisherman's net, just catching.
Right.
You're like, ooh, fresh catch.
I have eaten a cookie before and the chocolate chips fell into my bra and I didn't know it and they melted there all day. And then when I got home, I saw they were melted and I did eat it.
Hell
Just like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh yay!
as a person that has one would say big naturals, I do get a lot of stuff that kind of just like falls in there, and yeah, it's just, if anything, it's a warm treat for later.
Yeah,
it's very nice. I was eating.
I knew that it's there.
Yeah. It's like, it's just in a case of an emergency, just like, ugh. Yeah. This is important. My friend's diabetic. This isn't weird. I was eating sour.
You need this.
This is first aid, people. Don't look. But don't look. I was eating sour belt straws, or no, not sour belt straws. I was eating strawberry sour belts earlier, and so I have a lot of like sour dust that's just kind of like chilling there. And I feel like just ignore me if at some point during this, like during somebody else's set, I just go like, pick up the leftovers.
Yeah, so taste it later.
So you would say, so what I mean by food crime though is something more of like just like an atrocious meal that you have eaten. For example, and my roommates are probably gonna, I don't know, yell again. Yeah, I'm admitting it. My big food crime is that I like to eat SpaghettiOs with meatballs straight out of the can, no heating up or anything.
God.
It's.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. Thank you for asking. My dad does it too, so I can just blame genetics, even if that's not true. But what is, maybe necessarily not on that like Hague level of a food crime, but what's the bad thing that you've eaten?
Is it like a bad thing that I love or something terrible that I've done?
Either or.
Because something terrible I've done is one time my friend and I were younger and all we wanted to drink and all we had was tequila. And I didn't want straight tequila. I need a mixer. And all we had was Campbell's chicken sippable soup.
No!
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, as a mixer?
Well, I kind of took shots. I was like, tequila soup. I wouldn't recommend it. It was awful. But if this answers the question.
It does. That's been our time for the show. I'm just kidding. And actually, this is so funny. This is the last show. That is, wow. I really do have to pull which one's worse because that's pretty bad. Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Well, if you're ever in a bind and all you have is tequila and Campbell's chicken noodle sippable soup, you heard it here first. It'll go down.
It'll work. It'll go down. It might come back up. It's okay. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Chicken
Okay.
soup for the alcoholic soul.
Yeah, it's just the sippable kind. So I mean, like, let's keep talking about food because that's easy for me to come up with. But okay, Whitney has said I did ask people to sound off in the chat about which food crime is worse. Whitney has said that is worse, but sounds isolated. Yours is chronic. Yes, it is.
But true.
Look, the can of SpaghettiOs is a reoccurring character in my life, and I feel fine with it. Like, I know everybody hates it, but no, I'm comfortable with my choices. I know I'm being a monster. But yeah, what is an underrated snack that you enjoy?
Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds.
Hell yeah.
Expand on that.
Back in Missouri, I don't know if you guys do it too much here, but we have like big, like, fall is pumpkins, you know. We have everyone's growing pumpkins. There's pumpkin, you bring them home and you make like 10 jack-o'-lanterns because you're a little obsessed with this holiday, and you gut them, and then you get all the seeds, and you can put different spices on them and bake them, and they're so full of protein, and they're so snacky and crunchy and good. You can make like a vanilla one, or you can make like a spicy one. Like, they take in any flavoring.
And
pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds rule. Pumpkin seeds absolutely rules.
Yeah.
Pumpkin seeds versus sunflower seeds. Who wins?
Oh, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. Those, I feel, okay, this is a stupid question that I actually have. Do you eat the shell, or do you crack them and eat the inside? What are you supposed to do?
You can eat the shell, I think, right? Like, you can, because that's...
I mean, you're not supposed to.
Oh, whoops. That's why I bake them like that. I like them with the crunch. Sunflower seeds. I don't eat those.
Like,
Adriana, what shell do you eat?
What shell do I eat?
Like, if something has a shell, that to me is like a don't eat this.
I mean, sunflower seeds, mussels, pupa shells,
eggs, clams,
eggs.
Oysters.
Yeah, I really do enjoy eating eggshells. I feel like it gets a nice polish, and that's how I haven't gone to the dentist in 3 years.
Cat skulls.
Cat skulls aren't shells, but I'll still eat that too. I mean, I don't judge. But pumpkin seeds, yeah, no. In California here, we do, like, Half Moon Bay has like is Pumpkin City. They've got like a big old pumpkin patch and pumpkin festival and stuff, and it is super fun making jack-o'-lanterns. What are you gonna be for Halloween this year?
I'm gonna be a cow.
Oh.
I'm going to be a heifer, if you will.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
What are you gonna be?
What made you want to be a cow for Halloween?
I've been working on a cow coat. Do you want to see it? It's almost done.
Ooh, sure.
All right, hold on. So it's faux fur. I got a faux fur coat for really cheap, and I was like, well, I want this to be cow print. I know how to dye things. This will be easy. Turns out faux fur is one of the hardest things I've ever tried to dye in my life, but we got there. So, ooh, yes. Ooh, who is she? Oh, oh, wow.
Very nice.
And here's my dog.
That looks very cozy. Hello.
It's doing all right. You know, she's been through like 18 chemical baths, so she's losing her softness. But
that's what it's like when you dye your hair, you know, too many times. It gets real crunchy.
Katie, you killed me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we've got like one more question, and then we'll roll on to the Would You Rather.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me again. Like, this is so nice and so fun. Thank you for the opportunity.
Don't even get me started. I'm so happy that you did it. It's very wonderful. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that everybody's here. Everybody, like, I'm just grateful and happy for everyone. What kind of iPod did you have growing up?
I had a Zune.
You were a Zune kid?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, fucking, of course, Ruben, you had a Zune.
Zune's rule,
it
dude.
didn't carry on with me. It's still very hard and cracked. I think I still have it.
Oh my god, that's a relic.
It is.
That's a relic of a bygone era at this point.
Yeah.
Did people give you shit for having a Zune versus? I mean, like I am right now. But
Yes.
did people give you shit for having a Zune versus like an iPod?
Yeah, and I think it was because of this one Family Guy joke. It was one Family Guy joke, and then everyone at school was just like, "Oh, a Zune. Does that even play music?"
Oh my god, I probably also saw that Family Guy episode, and I think it also.
I've quoted some Family Guy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect.
Yeah. What do you think would be the most played song on that Zune?
Oh man, it would probably be. Oh, it's a Gorillaz song.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It's like get the cool, da, 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 get the cool shoes shine, da, 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 get the cool. That's the
Hell
one.
yeah.
That would be over and over and over again.
There we go, just on repeat. Okay, Maddy Boyer, are you ready for your Would You Rather?
Yes.
Maddy Boyer. Would you rather be super sweaty in your Halloween costume on a
No.
hot night,
No.
or be super cold in your costume
Yes.
on a freezing night?
Yes, that's the one.
Thank you for kind of answering the question. Why?
Thank you for having me.
She's
There
not
we
even gonna
go.
give you an answer.
I mean, that's fine.
I sweat so much.
Oh.
Like that joke earlier, that was admission. If you don't mind sweaty boobs, hit me up. I am lonely.
All right, folks. You heard it from Sweaty Boobs herself. Her phone number is. Let me see. No, I'm just. I'm not about to take that agency away from a woman.
So I'll just post Austin's phone number. Hold on.
Come on, what the fuck?
Yeah, he has sweaty boobs too. All right, guys, give it up once again for Maddy Boyer. Thank you so much for being on the show, Maddy. I love you very much.
Keep having me.
Yay! Oh my gosh, guys, this has been so much fun. I've had a great, I don't know about you, but I've been having a great time. And just, I'm very appreciative of everybody that's here, that everybody who tunes into the show. Thank you. I love that, and I love you. And now also comes the part where I ask you for money. Hi, it's me. This is a free show to watch. You can watch it on the Zoom or the YouTube. But I would like to pay these people for their time because I value people's labors and efforts. Ruben is dropping the Venmo. It is at Adriana McCain. It's just my name squished together with a little at the top, the beginning, the top, whatever. It would be great if you threw a couple dollars our way. You don't have to, but it would be really cool. And yeah, tip your comedians. I hope everybody's having a good night. And that's the end of that spiel. Are you guys ready to see your headliner? Because I think I am. Yeah. Okay. This guy has said that he is not doing anything specific and he's good. Please give it up for Mean Dave.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
There's a bird now.
I'm curious. I said I was not going to do anything specific.
I
I don't even remember what I.
For in terms of introducing him, you said nothing.
Oh
specific.
yeah, no, I didn't need anything specific. I wasn't going to do. How about a round of applause for everybody that you've seen tonight doing something? You know what's strange is you kicked it off with news. You had you got to see, you kind of had a demonstration of, I don't know, just intensity with Justin, and you had a top-notch quality sketch that all of this just made Bill Burr's SNL episode just shit poor. Like this was just top-notch. I laughed tonight. I mean, so that's a round of applause for you guys for putting on just I don't know what it is because you got. I mean, I would. My hunch is because this feels like a South Bay alternative comedy kind of thing, which means because you combine South Bay and alternative comedy, which just means that it was fun, which most of the time that doesn't happen throughout the Bay whenever they're trying to, I don't know, but just the imaginary comedy world that we create for ourselves here. I'm in a bathroom, as you can see, with the cockatiel. I did not put together a sketch. By the way, my favorite part there's so many favorite parts, but I loved it when you were talking, Maddy, at the end, and your dog's butt was Zoom bombing you, wagging its tail like right there. Behind. That was great. I mean, the butthole was like sitting there winking. But, that's the beauty of these shows, man. Because I don't know, because it's one of the things with doing. I don't know. We've been doing this Zoom shit for quite a while, and it's great to see people taking to it and making it fun, because so many people have been bitching and complaining about it. When we started doing this, immediately, it's funny because there's both two things that I do in my life that went to Zoom were. I go to recovery meetings because I want to learn how to be an unfun, boring human being by not doing drugs and drinking alcohol, and then and doing comedy. And both of those went to Zoom. And I thought I would embrace the Zoom recovery meetings, and I wouldn't like the comedy shows on Zoom. And it was the opposite. It actually turned out I love doing the comedy on Zoom, and I'm doing drugs and drinking alcohol. Kidding. I'm good. But no, it's been cool. And that's the thing. Everybody was all bitching, saying like, this isn't real comedy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's not really a far cry from what you thought was real comedy before. You're in imagination land being a local comedian anyway, most of the time. And not only that, so many people were making unwatchable content for the last 10 years that I've seen. And I'm like, what's the difference between doing it then and now? Nothing. You can still post your unwatchable shit on YouTube. You can still do your unwatchable act on the computer, and you don't even have to leave the house. How much isn't that even better? And so yeah, and then not only that, when they just were saying like, oh, that's not real comedy, Zoom comedy shows. Phone sex, that's been around for years. People have been doing internet sex for years. They converted it to online, so people are like sitting there looking at each other, you're yanking it. Nobody's barging in on you and saying, hey, that's not real sex you're having right there. That's that's that fake ass sex. And I just think it's not, that's not fair. Give it a chance. And it really just boils down to your attitude. I leave it to the guy with the shittiest attitude to tell everybody that they just don't know how to embrace these new times, because I'm loving it. We could have coronavirus till the end of days, which we most likely will, and this I'm just, things are fine with me. I'm loving it. But I'm also, I have this these toilets up to remind me when the shelter in place was just starting in mid-March. The Friday before the official shelter in place, I had two shows that were in San Francisco, that one of which I am glad got canceled, because I didn't even know. Well, actually didn't get canceled. I was booked on it, but it turned out to be a St. Patrick's Day show, and they booked an all-Irish lineup, and they forgot to tell me. So there was one thing. And then the other thing was the other show, I decided, I was like, it's not responsible to go on BART and go out there whenever I'm hearing all this shit about, we knew nothing about the coronavirus, but I'm like, the way they're talking about it, I think I'll just stay home and just, I'm not going to make much money anyway doing the shows. So I just said, fuck it, I'll stay home. And right after that, I saw somebody, friend of mine, Iris Benson, for those of you who know, local comedian as well. And she posted online, hey, can anybody in the who's near the East Bay, if anybody's willing to install a bidet, I got $50 for you. So naturally, I just said, me, first person, me. And I don't know how to install a bidet, but I got YouTube. All right, and that's all I needed. Because I'm like, how hard could it be? I've changed the toilet seat on our toilet. I'm like, all I gotta do is add something that's gonna spray water up your ass. It shouldn't be, how difficult could it be? Looked it up on YouTube. The video itself was 15 minutes to install this bidet, and on the YouTube, figured, it's got a few main components. I'm sure there's an instruction thing with it. We just need the tools. And so checked with Iris, got over there, no problem. Not only that, she has a roommate that's also a comedian, but her previous roommate who lived there the longest, she was a comedian who I know and do not like. And so I ended up so what I realized is that when I went into and I'm not putting Iris's toilet on blast. She does it plenty, but I'm basically I when I went to go train, I was probably cleaning like I had to kind of, you had to take this thing. There was at least like a good decade's worth of crust around some of the key components over there. Not a problem. Not complaining about it either. $50. Okay. Staying adaptable in the Corona times. These are tough times. Don't know where my next money's coming from. All right. All the gigs are wiped out. So I installed this bidet successfully. Not a problem. Put it on. I was actually surprised. I'm like, she could have done this herself, but I think she didn't want to touch, the crust that was brewing under there. Don't blame her. So I installed that shit. And then once it was all done, we obviously had to try it out. And that's when Iris said, well, you want to give it a try, Dave? And I said, well, it's your toilet. Shouldn't you bless it? Christen it with, it's, and all of that, it's women living there. I don't know, really, do you really want a dude's butthole being the first one that it sprays, And, I just felt a little weird. And she said, no, go ahead, try it out. And I've never tried it out. I've never used a bidet. I've heard of the concept. It sounds great. I don't know what it is. Cause I wash my ass in the shower. Okay. It's okay to talk about it here, I think. And that, you got it. If you don't, people complain, people talk, and that gets around. But but I don't know what it is when the water's coming from below, and if you haven't done it, if you're not used to that experience, that first time of having your toilet spit back at you is unnerving. And not only that, I didn't know what setting to put it on. So when I got that water, I went, and I took a little, I just did it that once. I felt like, what, another time, another place when I really need the job done. And I got my $50. I got a little squirt and got out of there. And then I got a guest set at Joe's Corner at our friend Faco's show down the street. And I got to tell this whole story, and it actually did much better than it's doing tonight, but it's okay. Like I said, it's hard to follow an act that I saw. I mean, Maddy put such production value into everything that she did in that time. And I was just like, there is no way I'm following that whatsoever with any effort tonight. No, it was beautiful. I was dying. And that's one of the things. Maddy's one of these people that used to come to a comedy show that I ran at Vinny's Bar and Grill in Concord. And she would go there and she's like, well, I'm just here to watch. And I'm like, well, I can just tell that you're funnier than anybody that's going to be on this fucking lineup. Will you just please do 3 to 5 minutes every single time? She's like, no, I'm just here to watch. I just want to, and it was really strange to watch the funniest person in the room not want to do comedy. And you can ask anybody. I mean, nothing against anybody who's here. I love you guys and whatever. Maybe Ruben a little less, but but no, all you guys are great. And but Maddy's one of these very few people that every time I've seen her, she's like, yeah, I'm not going to do it, because I've invited her to do shows and stuff, and she's the only person where I'm like, please don't quit. That's what I just say. Please don't quit. Just
thank you.
So not a thank you. That's what I'm saying. So it's just, there's not many people that I would say that to. Most people I'd be like, you're quitting? All right, man, I'll get you a card and I hope things work out. And that's not a bad thing. No, there's somebody definitely who I've thought for years should quit. And one of my friends told me that he was there at the moment when the guy said, yeah, I'm thinking of quitting. And he said, and I couldn't believe it. I actually found myself talking him out of it. And I was like, what are you doing? He would have been happier. Like, what, why would you? And he was like, I don't know. I just thought, and I just saw the dude the other night, and yeah, he should have quit. Like, it would have been like 2 years ago. He would have been 2 years in life. I've seen so many people quit comedy and they're so happy now. And that's just where I'm happy with this the way it is. Most people aren't. Everybody's trying to get somewhere or whatever. I'm happy in the bathroom. So, by the way,
we're happy to have you in the bathroom, Dave.
Oh, thank you. And that's the other thing too. One of the things that I remember, all this news, it's going just complete news. We're bombarded by news for clicks and all that shit. One of the headlines that they've never followed up on was toilet plumes. toilet plumes. If you don't remember what toilet plumes are, that was when they were scared that if you have coronavirus and you take a shit and you flush the toilet, that then thousands of droplets come flushing up from the thing that then creates this invisible tornado of droplets that if somebody who doesn't have it will come into the bathroom and breathe in or whatever. And when I picture that, I'm like, who's barging in on somebody who just flushed the toilet so they can huff toilet droplets? Like, who's just coming in there and like, excuse me, I need to catch a whiff of your bromage, if you just whatever the fuck the word is. But who's huffing plumes? That's basically, because the only person who's huffing it is you after you're checking your own work, doing your own business. That's the only people who should be by all rights. And if you're one of those people, it's just like, all right, nice bouquet today, whatever the fuck. But whoever, that danger is gone within 30 seconds to a minute, and nobody should be in there while the toilet is still flushing. And they haven't followed up on that, obviously, because I think it's bullshit. Quite right up there with the giant Asian murder hornets that may or may not be real. But I remember we were all telling Donald Trump not to call this the Chinese virus, and then the news the very next week was like, by the way, giant Asian murder hornets. Had no problem throwing Asian in between the giant and the murder the following week. So that was strange. Obviously, we've all spent a lot more time on social media. Some of you know me as friends on social media. For stirring shit up or, just creating, whipping shit up and causing problems on the internet. I used to be much better at it when I was on drugs, but today I'm much more kind. And but obviously, it's prepared me for this great future of just we live in just Trollville with Trump's America. And in 2020, it's the great unfriending of 2020, where everybody's just looking for reasons to get mad at each other. That's why when people will say like, "Oh, you're a comedian, huh? Well, this must be a great year for writing material." And I would say, no, it's not, because there's a new disaster every week. And more people turn into the woman on The Simpsons who's always like, "What about the children?" And nobody wants to laugh at terrible things, which is what comedy is about, And I hate cute, clever bullshit. That's great. You can do puns and wordplay, and yeah, that's fucking wonderful. That's what 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds love. And along with why did the chicken cross the road jokes? Yeah, genius, brilliant. But I grew up on like adults who did comedy and talked about feelings and more deeper issues. So you can have all the wordplay jokes, that's cute and shit, but I don't like it. Hence quit. But the point being though is that I've been trying to be more positive on social media. And it seems to backfire, because not too long ago, I made a post just talking about going grocery shopping. I just say, hey, went to the grocery store, got my groceries in 20 minutes, got out of there fast. Pretty cool. And of course, somebody had to say something negative. And the first comment was, "Oh, did you wear your mask like a little bitch?" And I said, how did you know? Of course I wore my mask like a little bitch. And I went around and shopped for my groceries like a little bitch in my little bitch mask. And paid for them like a little bitch too at the cashier. I used to steal, but not today. Paying for them, little bitch cash, and and then I went home, made a nice little bitch dinner, and had a little bitch dessert after that. Now I'm a full little bitch and a happy little bitch, and you're a sad little bitch. It sounds like you need to keep your mask on, you dumb motherfucker. So and that was just comment one. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, where are these people coming from? Second comment, another person, someone I knew actually, it was a woman who had to point this out. She said, "How could you shop for groceries at a time like this? Don't you know that the elite are trafficking children?" And I was like, shit, lady. First off, I can't fight child trafficking on an empty stomach. That's impossible. I got to eat. There's no way that I'm going to get out there and fight all these elite pedophile vampires on an empty stomach. It's just not going to happen. Second of all, I fight child trafficking the best way I can by not having any fucking children. All right. Cut them off at the source, all right? Don't start none, won't be none. That's how I see it. And it's all of you irresponsible people that can't fucking can't pull out in time or keep it in the condom or whatever the fuck it is. Keep having to have these children running around willy-nilly, tempting any of your predators. By the way, it's not the elite that are interested in your kids. The elite are not interested in your average, mostly white children that are just running around in the streets. It's your creepy uncles. It's the babysitters that want to come over too much. The ones that are in your inner circle, all right? It's the enemies you keep closer. Those are the ones that are interested in your kids. The elite are interested solely in exotic children. That's why they keep them in cages at ICE, all right? Know why, all right? Stay woke. And then but the bottom line is too, I grew up in the 80s. I was a child of I'm 44 now. And when I was a kid, my mom, my dad, they let us go. We walk to school by ourselves. We have to take the bus. We gotta go places and do things. And they weren't like so scared about all that shit because they knew something that parents today don't. And that's, nobody wants your kids. My parents wanted me to get kidnapped. All right. Because that's $100,000 a year less they got to spend. And guess what? Nobody wanted me. All right. They even sent me out there with a full bag of Happy Meals from McDonald's, and to try and entice, predators out there. But it just wasn't my time. So, by the way, if you do encounter a child predator, I hope you're near In-N-Out Burger. Just coincidentally, because they have the child trafficking hotline on every In-N-Out Burger trucks and all that stuff, because that's usually, I guess that's where predators are lurking. So if you find if you somehow stumble upon one of these basements with like 30 kids that somehow it's funded by the elite and whatever in the middle of Wisconsin or some shit, go to your nearest In-N-Out Burger first. All right. Get yourself a number 1 or a number 2, super, whatever it is, animal style, all the bullshit. Find the hotline on the bag, call it, and then get them predators ripped, caught. So I think that was a good PSA right there. I don't know. Where are we at in the time here, Adriana? How much more time am I rambling for?
You could do like another 5 minutes.
10 minutes.
5 minutes? What another?
Well, how long has he been doing? Have you been keeping track, Ruben?
Yeah, Ruben. Ruben, are you serving any fucking purpose on this show, Ruben?
Look, finally, it took like 8 shows for someone to finally call me out. No, I don't do anything.
Right.
Look, I sit here and make stupid backgrounds.
That's a beautiful background, right? You got there, though. That's a top-notch background. Right
there.
I say 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right, 2 minutes.
Go 2 more minutes. Everybody get 2 more minutes.
I don't know if I got a two more minute joke in my. You want to see my canoe?
Sure.
Here's my canoe. Here, I'll show you right here. Let's see. Where is this? Is my canoe right there? Look at that. That sad fucking bed. I swear to God, this is a lot of water. This is definitely a thing. The reason why I put the backgrounds on is just because I look like I live in an asylum. I mean, this is asylum. Look at just a white wall in the corner. Shit, my pillows look shady. Look at that shit.
Bird.
How flat is that pillow?
It's been around. I'm not buying new pillows. All right, I'm not one of those guys.
Dude,
this is even a wash
they
comfort.
look like a piece of paper.
Yeah, they've been around. They've seen some shit. So probably seen I don't remember. I'll put it this way. I don't know what they've seen, but I'm sure if they were talking, if those pillows talk, I'd probably want them silenced. My pillows probably could me too me. You know what I mean? So I don't.
God.
Be like, how dare you? How dare you? Still sleep on us, Dave. All right, let me find a pleasant background here. So 2 minutes, huh? Well, let me think here. I don't think I have a joke that's 2 minutes for all intents and purposes. It's cute and all. Oh, here. Okay, this is a long joke. This is one of the first jokes I wrote in the age of coronavirus, and I like it. Some of my friends have seen me perform it, but it's a fun joke. because and it relates to bathrooms again. I never thought I'd be nostalgic for using public restrooms, because as you know, since the shelter in place, bathrooms got shut down in public. You can't just go anywhere and pee and poo in in a public restroom the way you used to, and you got to plan ahead. All right, especially if you've drank a mocha. I learned that the hard way on BART. If you're drinking a mocha, make sure you're near a shitter within a half hour of drinking that mocha. All right, because I learned at the time with the basically that a girl I was dating was not the one because she couldn't tell I shit my pants on BART. And it's like she knew I was needing to race to a bathroom, and I was stuck. I was on the train between San Francisco into Oakland, and it was in the middle of that it was clear on my face I gave up, and she still assumed I was holding it all the way to Fruitvale, and that's when I realized not the one. So anyway, point being, last time I used a public restroom in the before shelter in place was in Sunnyvale at Safeway. Used the men's room. Went to go use the urinal. There's two urinals side by side. I'm peeing. Another dude comes in. He starts peeing there. And it wasn't one of those awkward times where we weren't peeing even streams, because anybody who's used a urinal, whether you're a dude or a woman with a shiwi, if you've used a urinal and peed next to somebody, if you're not peeing even streams, it can get a little paranoid or competitive. If you're, it's like if you're peeing too strong and person next to you is like a little quiet and you're like, what's going on over there? Or if someone else is peeing, they're hosing down the fire and your fireman's not showing up, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? You're making me look bad. Come on. But on this day, we were peeing even streams, so it was all copacetic. And then we went to go wash our hands, and that was the first time that I was washing my hands next to somebody washing their hands, and it sounded competitive washing the fucking hands. And I was like, what are you doing? He's got the sink on full blast. I'm hearing him pound the soap dispenser. So he's like, all this soap splashing. Sounded like he was taking a bath over there. And I'm like, I can't just not look over. And I looked over, and it was a young Asian dude who looked terrified. All right. He was watching, and he kept looking over at me all like I was going to do something. I'm like, dude, what are you scared about? And I had to think, and I remembered that was the weekend the news was putting Donald Trump on blast for calling the coronavirus the Chinese virus. So that's why I realized, shit, this young man thinks I'm going to commit a hate crime. And I look like that dude, I guess. I don't know. And so I was scared for him, and I was like, I need to put this young man at ease fast. So I just finished washing my hands, dried my hands, turned to this young man. I couldn't figure out what to do, and I just grabbed both of his shoulders and turned him to me, stared him deep into his eyes, and I said, "It is not your fault. It's not your fault." Just repeated Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. Just, it's not your fault. And I gave him a big hug. Real tender hug, warm. Let him know I'm on his side. And then we both came down with coronavirus that following. And, that was in March, and it's all good. Got the all clear. So thank you for having me tell jokes, Adriana.
Yeah,
it was a very fun show. Very fun show.
Yay! Everybody give it up for Mean Dave.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, Dave, that was a treat. How are you? How are you right now?
I'm better than ever. I was a child. I used to pray for the end of the world, and now, as my mom said, I've taken care of myself so I can live to see it come true. This is I mean, I don't really mean that per se, but it's definitely here's me with a cat. This is unfortunately, this is Misty. Misty passed away earlier this year, but probably just the beginning of 2020 for all. Now she looks like she's gonna eat this cockatiel. Actually, looking at this shit. But no, I don't know. I think it was just the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever. Mm-hmm. I've been doing that program for now. I hit 7 years in September. Congrats. And thank you. Thanks. And I think what's cool about it is it got me into this. I don't drive. I rely on public transportation and the rides of friends. My whole life, my livelihood's all dependent upon what if scenarios that may or may not happen. There's a lot that I have to turn over and to surrender and I, whatever, my higher power and all that shit. So when all this started happening, it was like, I mean, it's scary, but I was kind of like, I was able to take stock of like, well, what worst case scenario, how do I take care of myself? I got to get a job, part-time or full-time or whatever, and was just kind of keeping in mind all this stuff. And then comedy opportunities arose in Shelter in Place. I just kept an open mind and dug my heels in doing the first one, and it was great, and it paid us. And then we just started making our own. And so we just adapted, and and I'm blessed with great friends, and people, and even greater enemies, I should say. But no, I've been blessed with like a lot of really good friends and family and all that I think, not only that, I mean, one of the guys, I got some of our audience from our Zoom shows are here tonight. And my boy, show Luis, what happened to your head? I want to see up close on the camera. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, see. This is 2020 right here in a nutshell. Look at Luis. Look at that shit. Look at that. That's fucking, yeah. This is Luis. He's our resident madman of our shows. He's a great dude. Always fun. Always keeps things interesting. I still don't know how that happened. He made a multiple choice quiz as to guess what happened, and I'm like, I don't even want to know. So I like the mystery to it. So
it was just work related mishap.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. So something fell on.
You're getting money for that, right?
Huh?
You're getting paid for that, right? You said it was a work-related
workman's comp. Yeah, you get workman's comp for that shit. Fuck yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Getting paid.
I mean, I think that it's a great, accessory if you want to be a Frankenstein for Halloween. Like that.
Oh, not even that. Are you kidding me? Chicks dig scars. That thing's sexy as fuck.
That's true. You can be like, ooh, what's the story behind that?
You got a crush on your boss too, dude. You should. That scar is a great window into play the wounded bird. Go do that shit, man.
Yeah, there's nothing that women like more than having to take care of someone. So.
Well, we hope. I don't know. I don't think that's. I mean, I'm not saying it's going that far. It's not like a doctor gonna fucking, or whatever. Yeah. But still. Yeah.
But no, I'm glad that you have really taken like this time to, take stock of the important things and adapt. I think that that's really important. I think that, because I see your posts on Facebook, and I know what you think about like a lot of different stuff.
Oh, do you? Do you? Sometimes I'm full of shit, Adriana. Do you know that?
I'm just saying, I pay attention, and I'm on social media a lot. That's just all I'll say. No, but yeah, I think that there are a lot of people that are in our general circle or adjacent to our general circles that are like very hesitant to do any kind of safe adaptations, so to speak. The people that, like you were saying earlier, the people that talk shit about like Zoom shows. And now that I run one, I'm immediately very personally.
And this is one of the funnest ones. I mean, I've done a bunch of them, and that's made me laugh too. Your whole opening news monologue, that's funnier than shit I see people doing on TV and shit.
Thanks.
And then you got Maddy doing her that sketch that was better than SNL in the last I don't know how many fucking years.
What about my backgrounds, Dave?
That too, Ruben. And you know what's great
Ruben,
about
you're doing great. Calm down.
I will say the thing I like about Ruben is that he's this throwaway, useless idea that with the backgrounds that you cut to, that's perfect. And you play that well, Ruben. You do it.
Yeah,
really.
That's definitely a shtick that we're doing, and not my everyday personality.
No.
Well, that is very nice of you to say, Dave. I'm glad that you're having a good time. It's really important for me.
Well, actually, it's not so much I'm having a good time, because you got to remember, even right till tonight, for whatever reason, in the shelter in place, everybody thinks I'm the motherfucker to hit up in the middle of the night when they've got problems.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not that person. I will still accept. I will gladly help, but and mainly because like I've had probably at least 10 people during this thing that have hit me up asking about recovery related, that are drinking too much or just any of that kind of shit, which is really cool. I gotta say, it is kind of cool. I even had somebody, I might have even unfriended this person, I haven't double checked, but someone hit me up just to see how I was doing, and she's depressed, and I do not know this person. Actually, the last time I saw this person, she was kind of poo-pooing the show that I booked her on at Vinny's Bar and Grill. I booked her on this show, and she was on it. And she, you know, when you bomb at Vinny's, it's like, oh, welcome to the club. It's not really like, you know, it's not a place that we go to do well. We try to. We actually, the fact is, on the nights we're bombing, the other comics are enjoying themselves greatly. But we end up. What was it? She ended up just messaging me out of nowhere, just like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "I'm good. How are you?" And she's like, "I'm depressed." And I'm like, "Oh, so I'm the motherfucker to hit up when you're depressed, huh?" Like, you know, that's my first response. But I also thought that was pretty cool. Like I said, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, hey, you know, I can understand." And then she chatted me up, and I said, "What made you think to hit me up?" And she goes, "Oh, I just saw a photo. I was in my newsfeed and I saw a photo of you smiling. So I just thought I'd see how you were doing." I'm like, "Really? Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, hey, nice." You know, and this is also an attractive like comic who's married, and that's and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, any other scumbag in our scene would, you know, just you know, I hear about so many awful things that the dudes do in our comedy scene, and I'm friends with so many women in it, and I mean, I'm friends with even the scummy women that are like running shitty games. So it's like I see all sides of this awful scene we have for ourselves, and so I'm just thinking to myself, and I told her, I said, it's actually pretty cool that you hit me up and you see me smile and you think I'm somebody that like is you know, cool to say hey to, because like, you know, 7 to 10 years ago that wasn't the case. So I kind of take that as a compliment.
Yeah, we love personal growth. I think that that's yeah, man, there's so many, like, I hear more horror stories from people. I don't know what it is necessarily about me that people are like, let's not sexually harass that one.
I don't know. I'd sexually harass you any day of the week if I was that type of guy.
Thing to say. Thank
Beautiful,
you, Dave.
Adriana. Same thing. Hey, I gotta say, you're also foxing it up too, Maddy. Like you both are like. I mean, you made me wish I was a lesbian. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. So you know,
giving is all right now, and no one's giving him accolades.
Right? Somebody.
Oh, what do you? Look at the confidence. Wait, who are you talking about? Who's not giving?
Justin.
Justin, look at the confidence in Justin. Okay.
What do you want
from
me?
He doesn't need this the way that me
he
and Maddy
doesn't.
do.
Look at the weapons in the background. Okay.
What is being said about me?
Nothing's being said about you, Justin. They were like they were just sort of like, look, poor Justin. I'm like, no, I know Justin. Justin's awesome, great dude, very confident guy. Very confident guy.
Well, you're giving everybody compliments. I wanted just to share.
My lack of compliment is a compliment to Justin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Security in himself and his masculinity. All right.
I don't want me and Dave to know about me.
There you go. See? Mystery man. He's the mystery meat of the sandwich, if you will.
That's
the bologna.
The bologna. Speaking of mystery meat and bologna, what do you think is the most overrated lunch meat?
Most overrated?
Yes.
I mean, if you say overrated, that means it's popular, and I don't know why. You know what's funny is I love BLTs, but it's not because I'm one of, you know what I'm really grateful for, actually, thanks to 2020, more so than any other year, nobody is talking about how much they have boners for bacon anymore. Because bacon's great. I've always liked bacon or whatever, but there has been that whole, I don't know when it started. It was somewhere in the 2010s. In the last 10 years, everybody was, oh, bacon, and just always having to like bacon needed compliments, and like bacon needed to be everybody just thought bacon was like slang for just, you know, how great everything was. And I just remember thinking, like, I think bacon's good. I don't need to put it on everything. You know, it's just like anything else. Also takes time to prepare. I can get it turkey and I don't have to cook it. You got to cook bacon. You know, and so I would say bacon, even though I'm loving BLTs. I've just rediscovered BLTs. And I'm eating the fuck out of those for the next week and a half to 2 weeks.
Are you a BLT or do you like to throw a little avocado on that?
No, avocado is overrated. That's really, it should be an overrated avocado. That's what it is. Because that's something, I don't know why it's expensive. They go rotten or they go bad. Like as soon as you cut it open, if you don't finish using it and finish eating it within like the next half hour, you just wasted a lot of money on a pointless, what is it, a fruit or vegetable? It's one of those. I mean, not to be insensitive to gender issues, but I'll call it a trans vegetable or a trans fruit, whatever the fuck it is, because it's somewhere in between. I don't know what it is. It's a fruit that feels like a vegetable, or it's a vegetable that, you know.
Decision to become a vegetable. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to make the choice. Yeah, and you know.
That's fair. I feel like that's
A vegetable. Thank you, Katie. A
Thank you,
vegetable.
Katie. I think it's kind of in the same vein as like tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Plants. It's
Yeah.
like you're technically a fruit, but you're used.
Any
Eggplant's a fruit?
Any fruit that's not sweet should just get the fuck out. That's really, if you're not sweet, you're not a fruit as far as I'm concerned.
Then where do you stand on grapefruits? Because grapefruits feel distinctly fruit, but they're not sweet.
No, yeah, same with lemons, but like they have, you can add, all you gotta do is just add some sugar, add a little cancer dust to it, and you're good. That's
I think that like grapefruit are so fucking dumb because
I love.
If there's a fruit that you have to put sugar on in order to eat it, you should not eat that thing.
It's a stupid fruit, yes, and it's but it's still at this. I'll look at. They're like, I mean, basically a lemon is an unfun orange. You know, it's a bitter orange, and then a grapefruit is like is a bitter overweight orange as well.
Yeah.
You know,
and then a lime is a lemon that hasn't gone through puberty yet.
Yeah, there you go. Always looking. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, as far as avocado, I don't give a fuck about avocados. There's, you know, if it's there, I'll put it on there. But if it's not, I'm not trying to track it.
You're not actively seeking it out.
No.
I feel ya. I think that to your point earlier, I think that people were kind of jerking off over bacon, jaying their jeans, as I like to say.
Jaying their jeans
over bacon, very much that feels distinctly 2010. And then like kind of seeped into like 2011, 2000. I think by 2013 we were kind of like a little like more chill about it. Do you think that it is like, because the way that you phrased it is like very there's the correlation is because of coronavirus we just stopped freaking out about bacon. Is that how you feel?
Not just corona. I mean, just I'm sorry, but there's like a new disaster every other fucking week, so nobody has the time to like remember like, oh, bacon's awesome. Like, no, nothing's awesome this year. That's what I love about this year, because for all of my positivity, I am somebody who truly sometimes enjoys seeing the right people in misery, the right people in. That's why I've been enjoying all of this too, because a lot of comedians are miserable because they can't do this stuff, and that just gives me so much joy. I'll lick up the tears of all of this shit. So it's but also at the same time, I mean, because it's funny when I've had to actually humor a comic who called me, who's like the epitome of all this, and they for some reason called me and wanted to talk to me about their business plan of all this stuff, of what they were going through, and they were just, I guess, rehearsing their speech of sounding like Kevin Hart, being so driven. And I just said, just keep doing what you're doing, champ. You know, just all that. And I couldn't wait to get off the phone and and make fun of them to friends. So it was pretty fun.
That really has been an absolute blessing, is just making fun of very bad comedians that think they're very good.
I wouldn't say they're very bad, but again, they're like the avocado. It's, you know, just not even so much they're bad. They're just, you know, there's people that I don't necessarily agree. I don't want to tear anybody down saying they're bad. There's people that are funny. They do all that shit, but I don't have to like them.
Yeah,
you know, like I can respect them, and I can say with objectivity, yes, they're doing a great job. They're working very hard. I just don't, you know, and I'm cool with them. I'm cool with everybody. There's, you know, I don't, but that doesn't mean at the same time that I can't laugh at them behind their back the way God intended.
Exactly. If God didn't want us to talk behind each other's backs, He wouldn't have given us backs.
Exactly.
Amen. All right, Mean Dave. We have reached the end of the interview portion, but I like to, with our headliners, I like to kick off a Would You Rather speed round. So you have 1 minute, 60 seconds to answer a bunch of Would You Rather questions. Don't think too hard. Just fire them on up. Fire them on off. And Ruben's gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. Are you ready?
You mean
For
Ruben's
the
got
record,
Ruben's got something to do?
Fuck you,
This
Dave.
is actually Ruben's only job. And he does a pretty good job of it, but he still is, on like probation. But are you ready to rumble?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, Ruben.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Would you rather do comedy in front of your parents or your first grade teacher?
I've done comedy in front of my parents, so we'll
Okay.
just do that again. Yeah.
Would you rather lick a snake or a fish?
A snake.
Would you rather look 15 years older from the neck up or the neck down?
Neck up.
Go to space or explore the ocean?
Go to space.
Have to wear a shirt as pants or pants as a shirt?
Shirtless pants?
Shirt as pants or pants as a shirt?
Oh, shirt is pants.
Okay. Would you rather fly or be invisible?
Be invisible.
Would you rather eat a whole apple or a whole orange?
Whole orange.
Would you rather have a mullet or a mohawk?
Mullet.
Ride one of those old-timey bicycles or a hoverboard?
Hoverboard.
Would you rather pee sweat or sweat pee?
Pee sweat, I guess.
That's time.
I think I already do sweat pee. So.
He hit a record, by the way. Me and Davis hit a record in the speed round. 10 questions.
Hell yeah. Good job.
Yeah, no one's gonna remember. No one remembers anything I accomplished there, Ruben. You most of all. So we're good.
Shut up. Let's just give you this one. Let's give you this one. Everybody, please, one more time for me and Dave.
Thanks, everybody. Good times.
Y'all, we have hit the end of the show, and it has been a wonderful show. I've had a great time. I hope you all have as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please be in tune for next week's show. I still need one more person to be on the show, so I don't have a set list for you yet, but stay tuned, and there will be one shortly. Before I send you all off, let me just remind y'all, send those tips. That would be wonderful and welcomed. But here's another thing that I would love for you to do. If you enjoy the show, follow us on social media. I'm now begging you for clout, and I feel gross about it, but this is how the game works. Please follow us on social media. We are Okay So Like Comedy on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have a Twitter for it because why the fuck would I? But please follow us, and if you like it, please share. That is a really effective way of getting things out there. So if you're having a good time, feel free to tell your friends about it. Or don't. Like, I can't really actually tell you what to do. But I'm hoping that if you enjoy this show, maybe you know a couple other people that do. But yeah, so I can stop begging for attention and money now. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your evening. I've been Adriana McCain. This has been Okay So Like, and get home safe. Thanks.
Yay!
Yay!